my god.
Yo guys, welcome to the tacowakos. This is your host Colton and I'm here with
Maddox.
Today we have a very heated debate that many people have probably get started.
I highly doubt that.
Yeah, because you're probably right, but that just means we'll be the first.
Okay, well, we're debating who's the most at fault for the tragic ending in the story Romeo and Juliet.
For those who are unaware of the tragic ending, Romeo and Juliet both end their life over their love for each other and learn they'll never be together.
Many of the characters in the short story are involved in the couple's death, but we will be discussing who we think is the most to blame.
And of course, we each picked a different character to blame.
Yeah, otherwise this would be a very short podcast.
True. So today I'll be arguing that Romeo himself is actually the most responsible.
And I'll be arguing that Tybalt is the one who really caused the tragedy.
So basically this episode is less Romeo and Juliet and more Blameo and Juliet.
That might be the worst pun I've ever heard.
Just wait, I've got more.
I'm ready. I'm already regretting this debate.
Alright, Maddox, I'll start with my argument. Romeo is more guilty because he constantly makes impulsive decisions without thinking about the consequences. Right at the beginning of the story, he's completely heartbroken over Rosaline.
Yeah, he's acting like it's the end of the world.
Exactly. But then 5 minutes later, he sees Juliet and suddenly he's madly in love again. That shows he jumps into things emotionally without thinking.
I mean, that's fair, but falling in love quickly isn't really what caused the tragedy.
Not by itself, but it leads to everything else. Romeo sneaks into the Capulet party even though he knows the Capulets hate his family. It's already a risky move. Okay,
but Tybalt is the one who escalates things. When Tybalt sees Romeo in the party, he immediately wants to fight, showing how aggressive he is.
True, but Romeo still ends up killing Tybalt later.
Only after Tybalt kills Mercutio first, though. Tybalt challenges Romeo to a duel in the street because he's angry that Romeo showed up to the party.
Yeah, but Romeo doesn't have to respond with revenge.
But imagine your friend getting killed right in front of you. That's Tybalt's actions push Romeo to that point.
Maybe, but Romeo still lets his emotions control him. When he kills Tybalt, the prince banishes him from Verona. That's one of the biggest turning points in the story.
Yo, where are we, bro?
Yeah, it's not in the script.
I agree that's a turning point, but again, Tybalt started the whole... I agree that's a turning point. But... yeah. I agree that's a turning point, but again, Tybalt.
Yeah, read it.
Okay.
Alright, go. 10 minutes.
Okay. I agree that's a turning point, but again, Tybalt started the whole conflict. If Tybalt wasn't constantly trying to defend his family's honor with violence, Mercutio wouldn't have died and Romeo wouldn't have needed revenge.
I guess Tybalt does like fighting a lot.
Exactly. Tybalt is basically known for his temper. He is always looking for a fight with the Montagues. His hatred is what keeps the feud between the families going.
But Romeo still keeps making bad decisions after Tybalt is gone. When Romeo hears that Juliet is dead, he immediately believes it without questioning anything.
Yeah, that was definitely not a smart move.
Instead of slowing down and thinking about it, he goes straight to buying poison. If he just wait to confirm what happened, it might have been completely different.
That's true, but you could also say Romeo was desperate because he thought Juliet was actually gone. Tybalt's earlier actions already pushed everything towards the tragic situation.
So you're saying Tybalt started the chaos?
And Romeo made it worse.
Honestly, that might be the best summary of the play.
Pretty much, Tybalt's aggression lights the spark, and Romeo's impulsive decisions keeps it going.
You know what's funny, though?
What?
That's funny. If literally anyone in the story just slowed down and communicated for 10 minutes, the whole tragedy probably wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, the entire play could have been avoided with one decent conversation.
Instead, everyone just keeps reacting emotionally.
Which is exactly why we're all talking about it hundreds of years later.
True. Shakespeare basically created one of the most famous tragedies of all time, because nobody could just calm down for 5 minutes.
And because Tybalt couldn't stop challenging people to fights.
And because Romeo couldn't stop making impulsive decisions.
So I guess we're both kind of right. Yeah, but... Okay. There we go.
Yeah, but I think Romeo deserves most of the blame.
And I still think Tybalt is the real troublemaker.
I guess we'll let the listeners decide.
Thank you for listening to the Ticking Tacowakos. Thank you for listening to the Ticking Tacowakos.
I'm laughing, bro. Say it again.
No.
Right, but my laugh is going to be in there while you're reading that.
Thanks for Thanks for listening to the Ticking Tacowakos
The only podcast where we turn classic literature into argument.
and questionable puns.
We should just cut that part, bro. Just cut the ending.
Yeah.
Wait, this part. Anyway, remember that tragedies aren't always caused by just one person.
Sometimes it's a whole chain of bad decisions.
See you next time on Ticking Tacowakos.